Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about the Santa Ysabel stakes at Santa Anita. It's later today. I didn't think I would make a video on this race, so that's why I'm posting it so late. But I took a look at the race, and I like what I saw. No camera today. We'll see if that makes a difference in views. Maybe it doesn't. But we'll just go down the list, and I'm going to talk about Super Dora later on, and why I don't like her in this race, and we're going to talk about some alternatives to her. So let's start off with C. Drew, number one. Number one, C. Drew. She's a bit of a wild card because she doesn't have any dirt starts. And I will say that when you're looking for a dirt pedigree in a turf horse, it's not the greatest sign when you see that the dam is bred in Great Britain and the dam sire is bred in Great Britain as well. So what are the odds that C. Drew would want to run on dirt? It doesn't totally disqualify her, but just seeing the Great Britain breeding makes me just want to pass her for now, and we'll see how she does. So C. Drew is not for me. Number two, Bank Shot. She ran fine in the Las Virgenes. We're going to take a look at that race right now. The thing is, she was never really a threat. She's the filly with the blinkers on the outside, and she's just waiting for one of those fillies to get tired. And there was Super Corridora getting tired there, and she's going to pass Super Corridora, but again, she's never really a threat. That kind of bothers me. It's all meaning and Explorer at the end, and Super Corridora was part of that pace duel, and that's why she got tired at the end. So I don't know if I can like Bank Shot. I think Bank Shot is in another tough spot, and I'm just gonna pass her. But I could see the argument for putting her in second or third, but I'm not gonna do it. So Bank Shot, she could be a trifecta play underneath, but that's her limit. Okay, let's move on to number three, French Blue. French Blue broke her maiden on this course on January 8th, and we have the clip up here. It was a 6 furlong sprint. She wins very easily, and in the clip, she's moving into the lead on the outside. The jockey's urging her, but it's mostly under her own power, and she's opening up, and she wins the way you want to see her win. Very professional. She has a ton of talent, and she looks like she would listen to her jockey no matter what he asked her to do. And I will say the pedigree is great for going longer. We have the pedigree up here. Silk and Sapphire, the third dam, is also the dam of, let's see, Shared Account and Sparkle Blue. Who is Shared Account? Shared Account, she won the Breeders' Cup Filly Mare Turf back in 2010. So there is turf riding blood underneath in this pedigree of French Blue. I will say it's hard to go from 6 furlongs to a mile and 1/16th. I know that a Baffert horse did it just the other day, or just yesterday, when Potente won the San Felipe Stakes. I want to say that's not the norm, and only talented horses can do it. Is French Blue that talented? She might be. She is 9-2 on the morning line, and she has the talent to overcome her inexperience. We'll see. She's in my top three. Number four, Piney Woods. She broke her maiden on this course on February 7, and she was also third in that same race where French Blue won easily. We have the clip of this February 7 race up here, and in this race she sat closer to the pace, and at 45.73 for the half, so she didn't get a lot of pace to close into, but she was closer to the pace than she was in that French Blue race. We're in mid-stretch right now, and Piney Woods is on the outside. Brooklyn Blonde is on the inside. I believe they're stablemates, and Piney Woods is going to open up once she takes the lead. Look how fast she goes once she has the lead. She closes powerfully towards the wire, and I think there's a lot more in the tank there. Can Piney Woods stretch out to a mile 1/16th? She has the pedigree for it. Cupid on top, Tap It as a grandsire. Magic Empire is the dam. Empire Maker is the dam sire. And I want to point out something about the pedigree. Her pedigree is very similar to Silent Tactic, who has Tacitus as the sire, and so that makes Tap It his grandsire. And also on the bottom is Magical Side, who is a half sister to the dam on Piney Woods. Magic Empire, you see, they both have Malvidia as the second dam. Who is Malvidia? That's a full sister to Malibu Moon, who was a successful sire. And so there's a lot of route here. I don't think that there's any problem in terms of pedigree for Piney Woods. with Tappet as the grandsire, Empire Maker as a dam sire, and Malvidia is a full sister to Malibu Moon. My gosh, there's route everywhere in that pedigree. So it's still a challenge to go from 6.5 furlongs to a mile 1/16th, but she's 15 to 1 on her morning line, and I believe she has pace in this race to close into. Finally, she will have pace in this race, and we are going to talk about that. But Piney Woods is my upset special for this race. I don't know if 15 to 1 is realistic. That seems way too generous. We'll see what happens, but she's my upset special. I still think she'll be good odds whether or not she's 15 to 1. And I think she'll have pace to close into, so that's why I'm picking her. And both of her starts are impressive, given that she didn't have a lot of pace in either race, and 6.5 furlongs was too short for her, so a mile 116 should be good for this daughter of Cupid. And we'll see what happens. Number 5, Forced Entry. Broke her maiden by 7.25 lengths on February 1 on this course. And we have the clip up here. It looks very impressive. I don't know what to say about this race. She wins professionally. She wins going away. It's mostly under her own power. Look at the jockey. The jockey is just standing on her. And she's just coasting home easily. She wins the way you want to see a maiden win. The problem is she's a speed horse. She set the pace in that race. You see, she had a cushion early. She opened up by 2, then by 5. I think she's going to be the sacrifice to duel with Super Corridora to her outside. Super Corridora, the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies winner, she needs the lead to win. I don't think Bob Baffert is going to leave her alone on the pace. And Bob Baffert's other entry, French Blue, doesn't have the speed to deal with Super Corridora, but Forced Entry does. So I believe what Bob Baffert is going to do, he's going to tell Juan Hernandez, just send Forced Entry to the front and see what happens. And either she's going to set the pace on her own, or she's going to duel with Super Corridora. And I just don't see how Super Corridora leaves her alone either. So the most likely scenario is that Forced Entry and Super Corridora are going to duel each other. There is a world where somehow she gets the lead uncontested and the pace is slower than expected. I guess if Super Corridora doesn't break well, that'll happen. But in all likelihood, she's going to deal with Super Corridora and they're both going to get tired. So I'm going to rank Forced Entry third, and I'm going to say the pace scenario is going to be too difficult for her to win this race. Now let's talk about Super Corridora. Super Corridora, like I said, it looks like she wants the lead to win. You see, she had the lead in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, and then in the Las Virginias, when she had to contest the pace, she didn't do as well. She was fourth by 6 lengths. So, considering she won her maiden race on the lead as well, she looks like the kind of filly that needs the lead. And if Forced Entry doesn't break well, maybe she will have the lead to herself. But she's even money, and she's the most popular filly in this race, so do you really want to bet Super Corridora when she has a one-way style? And if she doesn't get that way, she's probably not going to win. So there is a risk in taking her. She's not some kind of filly that can overcome a stalking trip or a mid-pack trip. She's a pace setter, so that's what she is. And I don't think I can take her at even money. Number 7, My Love Caroline. She's another filly with speed, and she's stretching out from 6 furlongs to a mile 116, so I definitely think she will show that speed. And I just don't see how she can deal with both Super Corridora and Forced Entry and have any energy left for the stretch run. So she's not for me. I'm going to skip My Love Caroline, and I'm just going to assume the pace scenario is too difficult for her in this race. So My Love Caroline, not for me. Alright, let's move on to my conclusion. And like I said, I like Piney Woods. She's 15 to 1. She has the right style for this race. She overcame a slow pace to win her maiden race on February 7. The pedigree should be great for going a mile 1/16. It's a pedigree that's very closely related to Silent Tactic, who we saw run great in route races. And so Piney Woods, I think going a mile 1/16 will be fine. And I think she'll be either a stalker or mid-pack horse in this race. And she has to wait for the speed to get tired. And I think they will get tired with Forced Entry, Super Corridora, and My Love Caroline all wanting to show speed. I think it'll set up right for Piney Woods. But I also think French Blue could win. If Piney Woods doesn't fire, French Blue will be even closer to the pace, and she'll get first run. So French Blue also has a shot. She has a great pedigree for stretching out as well. And I just think that going a mile 116th won't be any problem for French Blue. But I like Putty Woods better because she's 15 to 1 and she's trained by Michael McCarthy instead of Bob Baffert. So the value should be there on Putty Woods. Anyways, thanks for listening to my last minute video on the Santa Ysabel, and I'll be back soon.